Conversations. Weeknights from 8 on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
It's a great day. Good evening and welcome to Adult Conversations on your Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. It's such a great time to be here this evening. Today is the third day in the month of February, and it's always great to be here. It's currently 10 minutes past 8 o'clock right here in the studio. How was work today? How are you doing everywhere that you are at the moment? How was work? I hope the traffic wasn't too much, and I hope the heat is gradually reducing at your end. I think rain fell in certain places yesterday, and that kind of brought some warmth to our body, our system, and everything in general. And I'm very, very particularly happy about that. Good evening and welcome to Adult Conversations. This is where we get to share real life issues and matters relating to the heart. On Adult Conversations, you get to give advice by contributing to the subject matter without judging. And this happens every Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. because we are here to break the culture of silence. My name is Finfua Kirami, and we're going to be doing this together as always. Of course, if you have any story for me, you have something you want to share, you need help, you need advice, you need clarity on any matter, you can do all to send your story to me on WhatsApp on 08155 917 917 with your name, and I'll bring it here for the Adult Conversation family members. What story do I have this evening? The story says, my name is Stephen. I am 32 years old. I gave up my own education to start a small business so I could send my two younger sisters to the university. In their final year, the both of them got pregnant and didn't graduate with their peers this year. I was deeply hurt. It felt like all my sacrifices were taken for granted. Part of me believed I have every right to walk away after all I gave up. Anyone, and another part of my story of me wonders if holding on to this silence is slowly hardening my heart. So I'm confused. Am I right to cut off my sisters after all that I sacrificed, or should forgiveness still have a place, even when the pain is this deep? That's Stephen's story this evening. He's 32, and he says when he was younger, he had to give up his education so that his sisters could go to school. So he didn't go to school. He started a business with the little money he was getting. Instead of going to pay his school fees, to start up a business so he could send his sisters to school, only for them to get to their final year and they both got pregnant. They are twin sisters, and they both got pregnant and couldn't graduate with their peers. That was supposed to be this year. They were supposed to graduate this year, but they couldn't graduate because of what has happened before, and because of the pregnancy and everything. Moving from last year to this year, it was just a lot of things for Stephen, and now he is in a very confused state. It is in a very bad place at the moment because he gave up his education, he gave up his sense of worth just so his sisters can have a better life, can have a better future, and they only repaid him back with getting pregnant in the university. And now he is in a bad place thinking, I think I'm going to disown these children, I'm going to cut them off, I'm going to not talk to them, block them for everything. I'm not going to talk to them, I'm not going to see them. And on the other hand, he's feeling like maybe I should just forgive them and let it go. But a part of him doesn't want to invest another penny on these girls. A part of him doesn't want to, even if he forgives them, a part of him doesn't want to give anything to them again. As little as food, he doesn't want to have anything to do with them because he feels like they would not appreciate it at the end of the day. He's in a very bad place, and he's thinking, what do I do? How do I properly handle this situation? Should I go ahead to forgive them, but maybe teach them a lesson? Maybe let them go out to work as well. They should fend for themselves. Maybe they would actually take life seriously. Or should I just just be and provide for them, continue to provide for them, forgive them, continue to provide for them, and then get them another, pay for their tuition next semester, and let them do their exams and everything and move on. He doesn't know what to do at the moment, so that's why he has reached out to the Adult Conversation family. They are 26 years old. The girls are 26, and they are the only siblings that he had. They are twin girls, so the only siblings that he has, and they got pregnant while still in school, and that is the reason why they have not been able to graduate with their pairs and even do their convocation this year. And he's saying, I give up my life, my education, my career, my dreams, just so that I can fund your education properly, and this is how you pay me back. He's feeling very sad, he's feeling very upset, he's feeling very really, really bad at the moment, and he wants to hear from us on what we think of this situation. What do you think Stephen should do? Should he teach these girls a lesson that they'll never forget in their lifetime, or should he just move on, forgive them, and just pay their tuition? What do you think he should do? The number to call to give Stephen your advice. Remember that Stephen is listening to the show at the moment, so please do all to share your thoughts without condemning, judging, or using abusive languages. The number to call is 07000 917 917. Hello, good evening. Good evening, Mr. Emmanuel. How are you today?
Yes, God.
Thank God, you're welcome.
He has been shown as a brother at the same time, he has shown himself as a father to his children.
Yes.
And what thing I want that brother to know is that, peradventure, those two sisters are his own child. Will he disown them? Just that never lasts, what people do. You should continue with the education. The first work we started with them by trying to make them meaningful if they start the work and finish it. Because the Bible says he who started the book will perfect it. He should not leave them. He should start his life with women. He should try to perfect the work he's doing.
Yes.
We should take them along, so that by the time they finish, in future, he cannot sit them down as a dear sister and play the role of his father.
Yes.
So if you stop now, all the effort you have been making, it will turn to a mess. So let him continue up. By the time they graduated, then it cannot say, yes, I've tried for you and I've stand as a father. And thank God today, I want you to graduate now that you have gotten the degree. It should not stop. It should never stop. It should continue. God will give them every effort to fulfill it.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you so much for giving your advice to Stephen this evening. Stephen is listening to the show at the moment, and he'll so love to hear from you. He wants to hear your advice. What do you think he can do? If you're in Stephen's shoes, having given up your career, your education to take care of your siblings, only for them to get pregnant before graduation, how does that even feel? What would you do? Hello, good evening. The number to call is 07000 917 917 07000 917 917 to give your advice to Stephen this evening. Stephen is listening to the show at the moment, and he'll love to hear from you. What would you advise him to do about his two sisters who got pregnant before they were able to graduate from the university? And Stephen is the one sending them to school. He couldn't go to school. He had to start up a business with the little money that he had so that he can have enough to send his siblings to school, only for them to get pregnant before graduation, before they are made for the final exam and everything, and they could not sit up for their final exams. Now they have not graduated with their pairs. They are both twin sisters, and they both decided to get pregnant at the same time, leaving Stephen really, really heartbroken, because he has sacrificed so much of his life, of his time, of his energy, and his money investing in his sister's open that they would yield great things for him in future. And now this is what he has been paid back with out of the blues. What would you advise Stephen to do? Or if you were in Stephen's shoes, would you forgive these girls? Would you forgive them? Your sisters, would you forgive them? Would you continue to like send them to school and pay their tuition, take care of their babies? What would you do? What would you do? What would be your advice to Stephen this evening? He's listening to the show and he would love to hear from you. The number is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. 09155 917 917 to give your advice to Stephen this evening. Stephen is listening to the show right now and he would love to hear from you. You can also send a call out toll-free number. That's 08155 917 917. 08155 917 917. That is a toll-free number. You can also send us a message on 08155 917 917. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. All right, looks like I lost that call. I couldn't hear anything from that end. 07000 917 917 to be a part of the show this evening. Stephen is a 32-year-old man who says that he has given up his education. He gave up his education so that his siblings, his younger siblings, can go to school. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, you're welcome. How are you today? Hello? All right, looks like we lost our call. He gave up his education so that he can send his younger siblings to school. 2 girls. He can send them to school, and then now that they're about to graduate, few months before their graduation or before their final exam, we realized that they were both pregnant and couldn't go ahead with the examination, meaning they have to come back next year to write their exams and move on before they can graduate finally from the school. And that means that Stephen will have to pay another school fees for them to be able to move on in life. And he's very sad. He's really very hurt about what has happened, because I gave up my life, my education, just so you can have a better life, so that you can have it easier than I did. And you decided to wield that opportunity and do whatever you like with the opportunity that you have been given. Stephen is in a place where he's thinking, should I just abandon these girls? Let them face the consequence of their action. Let them just suffer for what they've just done. Or should I embrace them? Should I embrace them? Should I take them up as my siblings, as my sisters, and just help them graduate completely before I just leave them to their own? Hello, good evening. Hello? All right. Before he leaves them to their own and move on with his life, or maybe just leave them and whatever it is they want to do, then they can now go ahead to do it after he has done his part, he has played his part about it. The number to call to give Stephen your advice is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. This is Women Radio 91.7 and you are listening to Adult Conversations.
say they go market. No be market to go. I see am for window for inside one big car. I'm a boy. What do you not see? You say you see now. And then the system that they use again. If you go meet in my back for house, you go say, until now you put your hair. You go say, as I just go for road just now, I just jam the oga with one that pursues me for inside motor. For Barry shot, I'm not sure if you will look your eye again. I'm a girl. You find a bossy husband and wife who they be sweet, and you want to destroy their home. Why? Now they will find one way or another, and they will get destroyed their home. I'm a girl. What do you not see? You say you see her. We get no name for them. We call them amebo. We dey still call them aproko. Yoruba dey call them olofofo. Benin dey call them ero. Amebo Yoruba. Amebo. What you not see? You say you see her. Why? See you say you see her. I'm a girl. You know, you know. I am born to run with music. You know, you know. I am born to run with music. Fire is the name. Oh yeah. 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 I'm a girl. Ṣàgbọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ló pawó lẹ́yìn mi rẹ̀. Ara ọdún yóò wá ẹni ẹ̀wọ̀n àyáwó sọ̀rọ̀. Ara lè lọ mọ́dà lòdì ẹjọ́ àrárọ̀ àwẹ̀. Alẹ́ ẹ̀bọ̀ wà kì í nílé bá wa mú wa o. Àmẹ̀bọ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n dáyọ̀. Àmẹ̀bọ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n dáyọ̀. You know, you know. I am born to run with music. You know, you know. I am born to run with music. Fire is the name. Oh yeah.
Welcome back. This is Women Radio Nights 1.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families, and you're still listening to Adult Conversations. Today's story is the story of a man called Stephen. He says he's 32 and he gave up his own education just to send his younger siblings to school, his sisters to school, to the university. And now in their final year, they both got pregnant. Didn't graduate. They were not able to graduate with their pairs. And he says this deeply hurt his feelings. This deeply made him sad because he invested so much in his sisters just to help them become better individuals than he was able to become. And now it feels like they've thrown all of his efforts down the drain. They didn't even use it well. They didn't appreciate his efforts towards their education. And he feels like he has a bit right to abandon these girls, but at the same time, he feels like, should forgiveness just lead the way? Now he's asking, what do I do? What advice would you give to Stephen this evening? What would you say to Stephen? What would you ask him to do in this situation? If you were in Stephen's shoes, what would you do in this situation? The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. Mr. Emmanuel called earlier and he says that you should not leave them alone. God that has started the great work with you would end it, would finish it for you. It's better that you start it and you complete it for them. They probably don't understand the weight of what you've done for them by leaving your education to cater for them. They probably don't understand it now, but I'm certain that they would understand it later. They would come to realize the level of sacrifice that you've done for them, and they would even appreciate it better. So don't give up now. Now is not the time to give up on them or your vision for them to become better individuals in future. At least you know that you've tried your best for your sisters. The next thing is for them to step up. At least they would graduate one day, and they would go into the real world to see how things actually work. That's what Stephen is asking us this evening, and we would love to hear from you. What do you think he can do? It is worse because they are two. If it was one person, it's a different ball game. But they are two sisters. They are two ladies involved in this matter, and he doesn't know what to do. The number to call to give Stephen your advice is 07000 917 917. This is Women Radio 91.7, and you're listening to Adult Conversations.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Turn your radio on. We are WFM 91.7.
Have you been a victim of corruption? Do you want to report how corruption affects you and your community? Send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537.
My Nigeria, your Nigeria, our Nigeria. Together, we rise as one nation, one people for a brighter tomorrow. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
It's the season of love, and Women Radio 91.7 is bringing you a Valentine's special on the Big Team Show. Celebrate love in all its forms, heartfelt stories from couples, unforgettable moments with besties, and appreciation for those special people who make life sweeter. You can also send a shout out to your loved ones and share the love live on air. Tune in every Friday in February from 4 to 5 p.m. for stories that connect and love that truly speaks on the Big Team Show. For sponsorship and partnership, call 080-600-92137. Only on Women Radio 91.7 FM, where love lives on air.
The holy month of Ramadan is here again, a month to submit to the will of Allah, a month to share, a month to care, and most importantly, a month of goodness. Start well and end well with the goodness of peak milk at Sahar and Iftar to stay nourished every day. Share goodness this Ramadan with the delicious nourishment of peak milk every day. Ramadan Kareem, peak, reach for your peak.
Jíjẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Women Radio á fún ẹ ní àǹfààní láti darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn obìnrin bíi tiẹ̀, yálà akẹ́kọ̀ọ́, oníṣòwò, oníṣẹ́ àdáni, òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì, ìyàwó ilé tàbí àgbẹ̀ ní gbogbo ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ 44 ní Nàìjíríà. Tó o bá ti jẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Women Radio, a ó bẹ̀ polówó okòwò rẹ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, ó sì ní àǹfààní láti jẹ ẹ̀bùn tó jọjú lórí àwọn ètò wa. Forúkọsílẹ̀ ní wfm917.com, darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí Facebook, kó o sì download mobile app wa níbikíbi tó bá wà. Jíjẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Women Radio jẹ́ ètò láti ilé-iṣẹ́ WFM 91.7 pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn MacArthur Foundation àti Nigeria Media Innovation Program.
Are you looking for a place to advertise your business at affordable rates or a hall to host all your corporate events and conferences? Then don't look any further for all your advert placement, live interviews, announcements, religious programs, event bookings, and lots more. Give your business the boost and reach your target audience at an affordable rate here on Women Radio 91.7. What are you waiting for? Hurry now! Call the numbers 0905 555 8998, 0806 009 2137 or 0816 060-5673 or email us at sales@wfm917.
Do you want to know what is trending on social media? Learn good lifestyle and fashion sense, amazing food recipes, do it yourselves, and get to learn more about holiday destinations. Then, join us every Thursday on Sisters Lounge at 5 p.m. to relax and have a good time with us. Sisters Lounge on Women Radio 91.7 every Thursday at 5 p.m. Your best bet for a good time on radio.
Think you know current affairs? Are you a guru in mathematics? Can you name all the countries in the world? Is your pronunciation or spelling top-notch? Radio School on Women Radio WFM 91.7 is the program that takes you on a learning ride into the world of English, mathematics, art, and much more. Radio School,
Thursdays, 3:05 p.m.
Political Arena.
It's time for us to know those who have put Nigeria in this condition.
The largest religious institutions in Nigeria have failed in enforcing the law, in ensuring that members are safe.
Over 180 million people, one country, one capital, 26 states, 469 national assembly seats, 774 local government areas. This is Nigeria.
We should stop doing this slave game. It's not really fighting corruption, it's fighting opponents, it's fighting those who wrong them in the past.
How well do you know the political terrain of Nigeria? Today, there is no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political games, and we are the player.
Political Arena.
Wednesdays, 11:30 a.m.
On Women Radio,
On WFM 91.7.
political arena, politicking at all levels.
Women Radio 91.7. Breaking the culture of silence.
Welcome back. This is Women Radio 91.7 and you're still listening to Adult Conversations. This is where we share real life issues and matters relating to the heart. And of course, there is a story for the day. And this is just a gentle reminder that this is a safe space for honest opinions, respectful conversations, and real advice. And yes, it's true that we might always agree. We might not always agree, actually. We might not always agree on certain things, certain perspectives, certain opinions, which is perfectly fine. But we are here to help. We are here to help the person who has brought the story here, which is very, very, very important. The phone lines are open, and I would love to hear your thoughts on the conversation this evening. I'd love to hear what you have to say. For Stephen is listening to the show, and I would love to hear your advice. For him, Stephen is a 32-year-old man, and he says that he gave up his education to send his siblings to school, his sisters, twin sisters, to school, only for them to get to the final year, and they both got pregnant. It looks like they planned it or something, but they both got pregnant, and they are not able to further their education at the moment. And Stephen is very, very disappointed, very, very hurt, very, very annoyed at what has happened. Why will you do that to me after I give up my life and my education to help you become a better individual? Stephen is listening to the show at the moment, and he would love to hear from us. He would love to hear advice. What would you advise him to do? He really wants to abandon his sisters and just move on with his life because he feels really, really hurt and betrayed. The fact that he will now have to start to take care of their children is not something that he is comfortable doing, right? He has to now take care of the children, and their education still has to go on and all of that. It feels like it's an overwhelming pressure, like an overwhelming responsibility that he did not even plan for. And he's asking for advice this evening on how to properly handle this situation. Do you think you should get the both of them married? Do you think you should let them give birth, then continue the education? What do you think Stephen can do in this situation? The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. 09155 917 917 to give your advice to Stephen this evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. All right, looks like I lost that call. I couldn't hear anything properly. The number is still 07000 917 917 to give your advice this evening. So Stephen is listening, and he'll love to hear our thoughts. He'll love to hear our advice. What advice would you give to Stephen this evening? 07000 917 917. Stephen is listening. He will love to hear from us. It's more difficult when it is two sisters. If it was just one, then maybe we'll just be like, oh, I'll forgive you. You can go give birth and all of that. But it looks like a planned effort, like a planned thing that let us just intentionally ruin the efforts of our brother. Let us make him feel bad. Let us make him feel upset. And the fact that Stephen could not get an education himself, just to send the siblings to school, it is a sacrifice that should be respected, a sacrifice that should be awarded. So having to be in this kind of situation is very dicey, and it's very difficult. We had a call from Mr. Emmanuel earlier, and he mentioned that you do not leave them. Don't leave them alone to their predicament. Don't leave them to carry the burden on their own. Don't leave them to carry the cross. He asked the question that, what if it was your child? Would you abandon the child? Would you let the child go? Right? And I also feel like they're not children, I would have said, but they're not, they're 26, they're adults, and it looks like an intentional decision. But at the end of the day, we cannot really say. So the most important thing is that, just like Mr. Emmanuel said earlier, forgive them. forgive them, and just help them to finish their education. Come to a point where they can finish education and move on with their life. At least you know that you tried. You know that you tried. You helped them till their education, till they were done with their schooling, and then they can move on. Whatever it is they decide to do after that, it is now their choice. The ball is now in their courts. They can now do whatever it is they want to do moving forward. But that's what I'm going to just advise you to do. Let them finish their university. Maybe they would, because like Barrister used to say, it's not okay to make a lady get married to the person she's pregnant for. Because you're pregnant for someone doesn't mean you have to marry the person. It's not a compulsory thing that you have to marry the person once you're pregnant. So that might not be something that you can do, and you can also, if that's what you want to do as well, you can explore that option and choose whatever works for you as a person. But you can decide to do whatever it is at the moment. But most importantly, like Mr. Emmanuel said, ensure that you help them finish their education in the university. But don't force them. Don't force them to marry who they are pregnant for. Don't force them. Let it be, if they decide that, okay, well, I'm ready to marry, because a 26-year-old lady is actually ready to get married. So if they say they are ready to get married, allow them get married, finish their education, and you know that you've tried your best. You know that you've helped them to a point where they will be fine and they will not be scared. So just help them finish their education. I know that it is hurtful, but they are siblings. They're your only surviving siblings. You cannot abandon them or turn your backs against them. You need each other at the end of the day. You need a family to look back on, to call your own at the end of the day. But I hope you're also building your life as you go. I really hope that you're also building your life, that it's not just your sisters you're spending on, you're building on, you're doing everything for. I hope that you're building your life by the side as you encourage your sisters, as you build your sisters on the journey, right? So that's what I personally would advise you to do, Stephen. Help them finish your education. At least you've tried your best. That's what you wanted to do from the beginning. At least you've tried. You can speak to them as well. Maybe they don't understand the level of sacrifice that you're giving or that you're doing, for the level of you're doing for them at the moment. So yes, they are adults. They are grown-up ladies. Speak to them, and most importantly, help them finish their education. Whether or not they now decide to get married to the fathers of their children, it depends on them. The ball is in their court. You can only advise. You can only show them, oh, do this, do that, as your elder brother. You really cannot force them to do anything at the moment. I know that you're pained. To be honest, it's something that anybody would feel upset about. It's something that everybody will feel sad about. Anybody can go through this and feel really upset. It is very, very understandable. At least, you have every right to be angry. You have every right to be upset. You have every right to not want to talk to them. You have every right to want to abandon them. But they're your siblings. And I know that you love them. So please, forgive them and let it go. But you can now reduce the level of responsibility that you give on them. You might come to a point where you maybe let them get a job. Let them get a job now, but at least let them finish education. Let them get a job. Let them find something to do themselves, to bring in money for themselves, because having to raise children, it's not something that is easy. I'm personally wishing you all the best, Stephen, and I'm trusting that they would come to a point where they would learn, they will understand that all of this is something that you did for them because you love them. That's the story of Stephen, a 32-year-old man who has sacrificed his own education so his siblings could go to school, only to realize that his siblings are pregnant few months to their graduation or final exam. And he's currently in a place where he's thinking, what do I do with these girls? What exactly do I do with them? Do I come to a point where I just abandon them and move on with my own life? Or do I just forgive them, take care of them and their children, or let them just get married to whoever they're pregnant for? What advice would you give to Stephen this evening? If you were in Stephen's shoes, what would you do? This is Women Radio 91.7. You're listening to Adult Conversation, and Stephen would like to hear from you. The number to call is 07000 917 917 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. What would you advise Stephen to do in this situation? I'll be right back. This is Women Radio 91.7. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello? Good evening. You're welcome. Good evening. Okay, I can hardly hear anything from that side. Hello? Oh, all right, the network is not too good over there. 07000 917 917. I'd love to hear from you this evening. Stephen will also love to hear from you. Hello, good evening. Hello? All right, I'll be right back shortly. This is Women Radio 91.7, and you're listening to Adult Conversations.
One
name says it all.
Women Radio 91.7.
Prime ruler.
You know that since the time you left me, I have been so lonely. I think you made a fool of me, leaving me so badly. I don't wanna mean to hurt you, just to tell you, I just wanna let you know how it feels. I don't wanna bring no heartache, no, no, no. I just wanna let you know how it feels. Don't you know, you got me burning. Don't you know, you got me yearning. Don't you know, you got me burning. Don't you know, you got me yearning for your love. Oh, got me standing in the rain. Every day was passing, was always feeling all the pain, hurting everlasting. I don't wanna mean to hurt you, just to tell you, I just wanna let you know how it feels. I don't wanna bring no heartache, no, no, no. I just wanna let you know how it feels. Don't you know, you got me burning. Don't you know, you got me yearning. Don't you know, you got me burning. Don't you know, you got me yearning for your love. Oh, you got me burning, baby. You got me yearning. No, 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 no. You got me burning, baby. You got me yearning. No, 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 no. I've just got to let you know how you turned me down. I've been living in the shadow of the other side of love. Oh, yeah.
91.7.
It's 9 o'clock, and here is the news at 9 on Women Radio 91.7. Fertility physician Dr. Collins Abolaje says endometriosis affects 1 in 10 women. Speaking on Women Radio Doctor on Tuesday, 3rd February 2026, he listed symptoms including painful periods, pain during sex, heavy bleeding, lower back pain, delayed pregnancy, and infertility, urging women to seek medical care early.
This condition is present in 10% of women of reproductive age. 10%, so that means 1 out of every 10 women has endometriosis. Okay, and it is said to cause infertility in 30% of women that have this condition. So we are also seeing cases where the woman has endometriosis, but she doesn't even know that she has endometriosis. And this case is up, we find this case up to 20% of women that are being screened for infertility.
500 women have received vocational training and set up equipment in Kano State as part of the nationwide Women and Youth Empowerment Initiative. The initiative aims to promote women's economic independence and reach out to 1 million beneficiaries across Nigeria. 10 trafficked children have been rescued and reunited with their biological parents in Jalingo following their interception by NAPTIP operatives at Kumi Motor Park. The children rescued on Saturday were finally handed over to their families on Monday, 2nd February 2026. Today, Nigeria's Naira exchange is at 1,389 Naira to a dollar, 1,643 Naira to a euro, and 1,898 Naira to a pound. To ensure the dignity, health, and equal access to education for girls in India, the Indian Supreme Court on Friday, 3rd January 2026, directed every school to provide biodegradable sanitary napkins free of cost to adolescent girls. In sports, Women Rise the Game has announced that Diana Flores, a 2-time world champion and NFL and IFAF global ambassador, will be honored as Woman of the Year at the ongoing Women Rise the Game champion celebration set to take place in San Francisco. Women Radio 91.7 urged the National Assembly to pass the Special Seats Bill 1349 to increase women representation in the National Assembly and state houses of assembly. Today marks 11 years and 294 days since our Chibok girls were captured, and 7 years and 349 days since the abduction of Leah Sharibu, the Dapchi girl. Women Radio 91.7 calls for the safe release of all our girls still in captivity. Women Radio 91.7 demands justice from the government for victims and survivors of sexual abuse and rape. If you have been sexually abused, please contact a sexual assault reference center near you. My name is Fifula Akiremi. Good evening. Thanks for listening.
We are Nigeria's first female-centric radio station for women and families. WFM 91.7.
Àyà yìí ló ṣe kẹ́ ọkọ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́gàn bá ń tàn ẹ́ kó má ṣe gbà ó. Ìdùnnú ńlá ní bọ́pọ̀ káyà kó mọ̀ kẹ́ ọkọ oríire ló jẹ́ fáyà tó bá mọ̀ kẹ́ ọkọ o. Ó ní tèmi o àyà bí kẹ́mi gbọ́ tèmi o. Olólùfẹ́ o, jẹ́ ká jọ̀rọ̀. Jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ pàtàkùn yé ìwà àyà mi. Ìlọsíwájú ọkọ ó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ aya o. ìlọsíwájú aya ò ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ ọkọ o. Pátẹ́mi ó bèbí ẹ pátẹ́mi òye òró lólùfẹ́ ò jọ̀wọ́ o. Pátẹ́mi o. Ọmọ àlè lólómi aya bèbí o. Pátẹ́mi o. Bèbí á bèbí aya bèbí o. Pátẹ́mi o. Pátẹ́mi o. Lólómi aya bèbí o. Pátẹ́mi o. Bèbí mi jọ̀wọ́ ò jẹ́ ká jọ máa gbádùn. Àyà tó mọ yá yìí ló ń ṣìkẹ́ ọkọ rẹ̀. Bẹ́lẹ́gàn bá ń tàn ẹ́ kó má máa ṣe gbà ó. Pátẹ́mi ó bèbí pátẹ́mi òye òró lólùfẹ́ mi ẹ jọ̀wọ́. Pátẹ́mi o. Ẹbí bá Àṣàkẹ́ o Àṣàkẹ́ o. Àṣàkẹ́ o Àṣàkẹ́ o Àṣàkẹ́ o. Pátẹ́mi o. Bèbí ó bèbí ó. Pátẹ́mi o. Dákúnyẹ́ o wá tó ọkọ àyà màmá. Pátẹ́mi o. Níbo ló lọ níbo ló rè olólùfẹ́ mi níbo ló gbà lọ. Níbo ló lọ níbo ló rè olólùfẹ́ mi níbo ló gbà lọ. Ẹni bá bá mi rí ẹni bá bá mi rí kó bá mi sọ fún ojú rẹ̀ wò mí o. Ọkọ rẹ̀ bá mi o kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Bébí owó kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Àyànfẹ́ kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Bàbá ọlọ́lá kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Ṣẹ́gun ṣẹ́gun méje méje kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Èlé gbàgbé ronú tèmi o. Fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Adéyẹmí di dàrẹ́tọ̀. Kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Nífẹ̀ẹ́ hotel bàbá ni. Kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Gbèrò ní tèmi rẹ̀ tẹ̀tẹ̀. Kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Méje méje. Kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Àwọn Adéyẹmí mo bá rò. Kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Adéyẹmí bàbá kò kọ́lá mi. Kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Òyìnbó rántí ló ṣe kó. Kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Adéyẹmí kó wá fi mi ọkọ balẹ̀. Níbo ló lọ níbo ló rè olólùfẹ́ mi níbo ló gbà lọ.
radio never sounded so cool.
Good evening and welcome back. This is Women Radio 91.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. And today we're giving advice to a man called Stephen. Stephen is listening at the moment. We've got quite a number of advice from Mr. Emmanuel for him. But I'll also go over the story once again for the sake of those who are just joining us this evening. The story says, my name is Stephen. I am 32 years old and I gave up my own education to start a small business so I could send my two younger sisters to school, to the university. In their final year, both of them got pregnant and didn't graduate with their pairs this year. I was deeply hurt and it felt like all my sacrifices were taken for granted. Part of me believes I have every right to walk away after I gave up, after all that I gave up. Another part of me wonders if holding on to this silence is slowly hardening my heart. So I'm confused. Am I right to cut my sisters off after all that I sacrificed, Or should forgiveness still have a place, even when the pain is this deep? That's Stephen's story this evening. Stephen is listening to the show as we speak, and he would love to hear from him. He's currently on the show, he's listening, he wants to know our advice, our thoughts, our contributions for him. The number to call to give Stephen your advice this evening is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917 or 9155 917 917 to give your advice to Stephen this evening. What would you advise him to do? If you were or happen to be in Stephen's shoes, what would you do? Because I have seen a lot of, elder siblings. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. You're welcome. How are you today? Yes. Hello? Okay, I can hardly hear anything. Okay. Yes. All right. Looks like the network tonight is not so favorable. I could hardly hear anything from that side. But you can also send me a message on 08155 917 917. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, we lost the call again. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay. All right. Still can't hear anything from the call. Please do also call me back. Stephen. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello. All right. The network is not so great this evening. Hello, good evening. All right. Let's go to read some of the messages we have on our WhatsApp platform. Hello, good evening. Good evening, you're welcome. The call is gone. Let's read some of the messages we have on our WhatsApp platform. Hello, good evening. Looks like the network is not so great out there tonight, but you can also call our toll-free number. That's 0800 1235 917. 0800 1235 917. You can also send me a WhatsApp message. I'll see it and I'll read it out for Stephen on 08155 917 917. 08155 917 917. Send me your messages for Stephen. All right. And this one says, my brother, they will have babies, God willing. They can always go back and finish it. Having a child to me at that age or circumstance is not totally a defeat. It's a trying time. Please don't abandon them. They are females. They will make you happier than you have ever been someday. in future. Peace. God bless all. That's from Iwara Omini from Magbu. Thank you so much, Iwara Omini, for sharing that. I believe so much in that as well. They are adults, of course, you know, they will eventually have the children and they'll be fine. Because this has happened doesn't mean that they would forever, it doesn't mean that they will forever be a disgrace or an embarrassment to you and your family. They can still be great women in future. They can still be phenomenal personalities in future. So don't give up on them. Just like Iwara Omini has said, don't abandon them. Draw them closer to yourself. Make them feel loved. Make them feel seen. And you know, I think it's important that you also ask the question of why did you do that? Why did you choose to go the route of getting pregnant? What happened? Was it that I wasn't feeding you well? Were you starving in any way? Did I deny you of anything? You never really can tell. For them, it might not even be the money. It might be the time, maybe attention. So try to hear from them. Try to hear from them. What is that thing? Why did you go this route? Or what made you do what you just done? Maybe they'll have something to say that might be justifiable, that might justify their actions this evening. So have a conversation with them. And just like Iwara Omini has said, do not abandon them. They will still make you proud, certainly, by the grace of God. They will still make you proud. They'll still be excellent women in future. The number to still call, I'm hoping that the network will be stable for a moment, is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. 09155 917 917 to give your advice and to share your thoughts with Stephen this evening. He's a 32-year-old man who will give up his own education to make his sisters go to school. And after years of sponsoring the education to school, his sisters got pregnant in their final year. And it's quite a hurtful situation for him because he feels like after sacrificing all of that for you, you decide to get pregnant at this time, you know, and now he's asking for advice on how to properly handle the situation. A part of him wants to abandon them completely, like, live my life, go and do whatever you want to do with yourself. But at the same time, another part of him is trying to draw them closer and build a family together one more time. He's listening to the show at the moment as we speak, and I'd love to hear from him. These are his only siblings, and they're 26 years old. He's asking for advice, and we would love to hear from you. The number to call is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917. Iwara Omini has said it is important that you forgive them at this time, and most importantly, help them finish their education. At least at one point or the other, they will get pregnant or have children. Maybe they wanted to do it earlier. It's okay. So don't abandon them, just like our Omini has said. Draw them closer. They are your sisters. They are your family members at this time. You can send me a WhatsApp message on 08155 917 917. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. All right, it looks like we lost the call right there. 07000 917 917 to give your advice and to share your thoughts with Stephen this evening. He's listening to the show as you speak, and I would love to hear from you. We would love to know your contributions. What would you do if it happens to you? What would you do? Because I know that it is not every sibling that can, every elderly sibling that can give up their education for their younger ones. It is not everyone that can say, oh, let me do a business, let you go to school, have an education, while they don't have any. Now, it is only rare set of people that you see do that, and after those who have done that, he is now facing more like a consequence of that action that, oh, I'm sending them to school with the last of my cover, with my sweat and my energy, and this is how they pay me back. It can be a very painful situation if we're being honest, and he wants to care from us. What would you advise him to do? Or maybe just give a word of encouragement to Stevie this evening. 07000 917 917. This is Women Radio 91.7, and you're listening to Adult Conversation.
Says it all. Women Radio 91.7.
Nigeria, a nation of many languages and many tribes. We will stand together, live together, and grow together. United we stand, united we thrive. This message is brought to you by Women Radio WFM 91.7 FM.
The holy month of Ramadan is here again, a month to submit to the will of Allah, a month to share, a month to care, and most importantly, a month of goodness. Start well and end well with the goodness of peak milk at Sahar and Iftar to stay nourished every day.
Share goodness this Ramadan with the delicious nourishment of peak milk every day. Ramadan Kareem, peak. Reach for your peak.
Are you looking for a place to advertise your business at affordable rates or a hall to host all your corporate events and conferences? Then don't look any further for all your advert placements, live interviews, announcements, religious programs, event bookings, and lots more. Give your business the boost and reach your target audience at an affordable rate here on Women Radio 91.7. What are you waiting for? Hurry now! Call the numbers 0905 555 8998, 0806 009 2137, or 0816 060 5673, or email us at sales@wfm917.
Shin ko kun san zama memba na gidan rediyon mata wato Women Radio wata dama ce da za ta haɗa ku mata da wasu ɗaiɗaikun 'yan uwa mata da suka ƙware suka kuma goge wurin kafa sabon kasuwanci, siye da sayarwa, noma, kula da gida, sha'anin karatu da ƙwararrun ma'aikata daga dukkanin jihohi 36 da ke faɗin ƙasar nan domin samun horaswa. Haka kuma 'yar uwa a matsayinki na memba ta wannan gidan rediyon zaki mori damar tallata hajar kyauta da kuma samun kwasar garabasar gasa iri-iri. Maza ku garzaya ku nemo ku kuma sauke Women Radio app a wayoyin sadarwar ku domin sauraron shirye-shirye da aka tanada a domin ku. Ku yi rijista kyauta akan manhajar wannan rediyon akan wfm917.com tare da tabbatar da cewa kun bibiye shafin Women Radio na Facebook. Women Radio na tare da haɗin gwiwar ma'aikatu irin na MacArthur Foundation da kuma Nigeria Media Innovation Program. Na me
It's the season of love, and Women Radio 91.7 is bringing you a Valentine's special on the Big Team Show. Celebrate love in all its forms. Heartfelt stories from couples, unforgettable moments with besties, and appreciation for those special people who make life sweeter. You can also send a shout out to your loved ones and share the love live on air. Tune in every Friday in February from 4 to 5 p.m. for stories that connect and love that truly speaks on the Big Team Show. For sponsorship and partnership, call 080-600-92137. Only on Women Radio 91.7 FM, where love lives on air.
Think you know current affairs? Are you a guru in mathematics? Can you name all the countries in the world? Is your pronunciation or spelling top-notch? Radio School on Women Radio WFM 91.7 is the program that takes you on a learning ride into the world of English, mathematics, art, and much more. Radio School, Thursdays, 3:05 p.m.
The big question.
Corruption is, in fact, is increasing more. We never heard that snake and whether python and swallow moon.
Why?
Everything has increased.
Conversational, controversial, and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 12:05 p.m. only on Women Radio.
Women Radio 91.7, breaking the culture of silence.
Members upon members. In this time, don't call me rude. In the ship club, Hello. Baby, while I'm Colombo. Baby, while I'm Colombo. Baby, while I'm Colombo. Baby, while I'm Colombo, you come chop my money, and you tell me say you love me. You come while I'm my days, and you tell me say you need me. When you treat me so, Baby, you treat me so. Baby, you treat me so. Baby, you treat me so. You come while I'm my life. When you tell me say you love me. You come while I'm my day. When you tell me say you need me. How can I catch you? Your mama wish you catch you. Your father wish you catch you. Your mother wish you catch you. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, give it to me. One string, baby. Ganja string, baby. I don't die. Baby, give it to me. One string, baby. Ganja string, baby. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. In your mansion, got me back together. I'm living in my mansion, got me back together. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. In a time like this now, don't come to the side. Don't call me brethren. Because we're the rules that keep going. One island. Swing up. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. You come while I'm my days. And you tell me say you love me. You come while I'm my life. And you tell me say you need me. How can I catch you? Mama wants to catch you. Your mother wants to catch you. Your brother wants to catch you. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, give it to me. Why sweet baby? Ganja sweet baby. Don't pass me. Baby, give it to me. Why sweet baby? Ganja sweet baby. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. I'm living in your mansion. You got me back together. I'm living in my mansion. You got me back together. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, you can get me. Baby, you can get me. Baby, while I Colombo. Baby, while I Colombo.
News says it all. Women Radio 91.7.
So the passive them are lucky now people. Looking at the down, so the passive them are lucky now people. So come my brothers and come my sisters. POSS right a passing. POSS right a passing. I'm in a dance now. 1, 2, 3, every passenger's a shout out in the air. So sweet and the crowd run away.
still Women Radio 91.7, and we're still giving advice to Stephen on adult conversations. We've been giving advice so far. We've been hearing a lot of advice from him. It's currently 20 minutes to 9 o'clock right here in the studio, and we've been getting quite a number of advice, especially messages for Stephen. Looks like the network is not so great this evening, but I would still love to hear from you. He's a 32-year-old man who gave up his education to send his siblings to school, only to realize that they both got pregnant in their final year. Now he's asking, should I abandon these girls, let them go out and face their lives, face their reality, or bring them closer and just forgive them? The number to call to give Stephen your advice is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917 to give your advice to Stephen this evening. All right, one of the messages once again is my brother. They would have their babies, God willing. They can always go back and finish it. Having a child to me at that age or circumstance is not totally a defeat. It's a trying time. Please don't abandon them. They are females. It will make you happier than you've ever been someday in the future. Peace. God bless. That's from Ira Omini. Thank you so much for sharing that. Another one says, Dear Stephen, I'm currently dealing with a situation similar to yours. Please be gentle with your sisters. Pregnancy is not a grave sentence, and we should be thankful they chose not to abort. They can resume their studies after giving birth. Globally, very few women, perhaps less than 3%, remain virgins until marriage. It is possible they become pregnant at opportune times. Continue to offer them your love and support. Next year promises double celebrations for you. 2 new arrivals and two bachelor's degrees. Wishing you the best. That's from Eremeka Fidelis from Songwater. Thank you so much for your message this evening. We really appreciate you. If you still have to give your advice to Stephen, the number is 07000 917 917. You can also send me a WhatsApp message on 08155 917 917. Let me know what you think about the situation. Let me hear from you. Let me hear your thoughts, your advice, and your contribution for Stephen this evening. If you were in Stephen's shoes, what would you do? Or what advice will you give if Stephen comes to you, or your friend, your brother, your sister, or somebody you know comes to you with this story asking for an advice? What would you give? What advice would you give to them? Do you think it's right for him to abandon his sisters, or he should just move ahead to forgive them and move on? Just like Emeka Fidelis also said, they would always get opportunities, right? They would always find something to do. They would give back to their children, and by next year, by the grace of God, it's going to be double celebrations for you. Or even by the end of this year, it's going to be double celebrations for you. You're going to be celebrating 2 degrees and 2 babies. So I want you to look on the bright side. We know that it is hurtful, it's very painful at this time, but please look at the bright side and let's trust God that everything will be fine. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on Adult Conversation. A big thank you to my callers. Thank you for calling, even though the network wasn't so stable, but the calls were coming in, but I wasn't able to hear anything. But thank you so much for calling this evening. It means a lot to Stephen and to the family as well. Thank you for your messages as well, Waromini and Emeka Fidelis from Songwater. Till tomorrow, by the grace of God, 8 p.m. till 10 on Women Radio 91.7. My name is Fifuluwa Akiremi. Thank you so much for staying with me on the show this evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have a lovely night rest. Good night.